Installing cable trays, raceways, and conduits in overhead applications presents special hazards from moving and lifting bulky, often heavy material, working in spaces crowded with systems and structure, and the burrs and sharp edges when cutting metals. Working at heights presents an additional set of hazards for electrical workers. Falls are the leading cause of construction worker fatalities. Each year, between 150 and 200 workers die and thousands are injured. Planning for and recognizing known hazards when working overhead make for a safer work environment. How you dress can keep you safe. Always follow these minimum guidelines or the rules specific to your task or where you work. Hard hat, safety glasses, hearing protection, gloves, protective footwear, and flame-retardant clothing. Ladders, lifts, and fall arrest protection are tools. Like any other tool, you need to be sure they are in good working order and you follow these rules for their use. Always select tools suited to the task and be sure to use them as intended. Inspect all tools and equipment for wear and damage that could represent a hazard. Select sturdy, properly placed ladders and use trained spotters if needed. Use only properly maintained lifts with trained operators. Make certain there is GFCI protected power for all power tools and all guards, shields in place. When not in use, tools should be kept clean and dry, inspected for wear and damage, and stored in a secure space. Be sure all personnel are properly trained in risk identification and mitigation. Survey site conditions to assess any and all risk. Be aware of structural supports for roof and wall framing, protrusions and unfinished support, strut, and treaded rod. Overhead installed systems for plumbing, HVAC, sprinklers, etc. Always protect your eyes and head when working in this overhead area. Always use ladders with non-conductive components near electrical work. Do not exceed the duty rating of the ladder. Never stand on the top rung or step of any ladder. When climbing ladders, keep 3 points of contact: 2 feet, 1 hand, or 1 foot, 2 hands. Select lifts rated for the specific use. Always have the guardrail systems in place. Stand firmly on the work platform, never on the guardrails. Keep work close, avoid leaning away from the ladder or lift. Never move the lift in an elevated position. Implement traffic control measures to keep personnel and equipment away. Use appropriate fall arrest protection when required. Place anchors directly above or behind your work area to prevent a swinging fall. Use the shortest lanyard possible for the shortest potential fall. Always use planned or installed anchor points that are approved for safety. Always use lanyards with self-locking snap hooks. Never allow multiple workers to tie off to the same anchor point. Cutting metal cable trays, raceways, and conduits creates flying debris, burrs, and sharp edges, and may create sparks. Select the proper tools and blades for cutting and protect yourself and others from sparks and flying debris. In addition to eye and hand protection, hearing protection should be used when cutting metal. Always remove burrs and sharp edges to minimize the risk of cuts during installation. Last year, 40% of reported electrical workplace injuries were to the hand. Your hands are your most important tool. Protect them. It isn't always possible to design out hazards and risks in construction. However, you may find substitute products and systems featuring designs that eliminate or reduce the risk of injury and dramatically improve productivity. For example, when creating overhead cable pathways, wire mesh cable trays will dramatically reduce hazards, improve worker safety, and increase your efficiency. Wire mesh systems have simple materials lists and are easily field adaptable for tees, turns, and offsets, eliminating the need for pre-made fittings. Always look for ways to eliminate hazards, reduce risk, and improve safety on the job site. If you see something, say something, and do something that improves job site safety. The injury you prevent might be your own. Thanks for your attention, and have a safe and productive day.